Hello, fitness family, and welcome to another edition of the Early Bird Sweat Sesh. Today is Friday, April 24th, and because we went so hard on Wednesday with our Tabata workout, which I am still feeling today, I decided today we're going to do something a little bit more chill. And so we're going to do a yoga, flow, and sculpt. You'll need a mat, a set of dumbbells, but as always, if you don't have a set of dumbbells, that's fine with me. Now, if you're wondering why my voice is not matching the video, when we were streaming this live, it turns out that I was having some issues with the audio. So I'm going to try to just put in my commentary after the fact, and fingers crossed that everything will translate well. So grab your equipment, grab a towel, and let's meet on the mat in a comfortable cross-leg position, crisscross applesauce, butterfly, cobbler. It's basically whatever feels great on your knees. Sitting up nice and tall through your spine, chest is proud, shoulders are relaxed, down and away from the ears, top of the head reaching up for the ceiling. We're just going to connect to our yoga breath, and traditionally your yoga breath is in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. It's an audible exhale. You'll be able to feel it in the back of your throat, and you kind of hear it in your temples. Taking a moment, connecting to that breath, and knowing that in this crazy, crazy world, in this time that has no precedents, there's no rule book, you're taking a small part of your day to take care of yourself, to take care of your health, to take care of your sanity. And whether you do the entire video or maybe just half of the video, you're doing something for yourself. And at the end of the day, that's what's important. Once you have connected to your breath, we're just going to start to introduce some movement. On your next inhale, let's reach the arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, pick a side and stretch from fingertip all the way down to that hip. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it over to the side. Okay, follow your own breath. Take your time. No need to match me. No need to match the music. Just move and flow with your own rhythm. Finish up that last side bend and reach the arms up high, and we're going to take it straight down the center, folding your body in half, relaxing your head, rounding out your spine. Allow your arms just to be really heavy here, and take the breath all the way into your back body. Like fill up those lungs, spread out the ribs. One more inhale, and we'll take it up to all fours and wake up our spine a little bit more with some cat and cow. As you inhale, drop your belly down. As you exhale, round the spine like a scared cat. Do that a couple more times, just finding your own flow, finding your own rhythm, waking up that back. All right, friends, on that last cat and cow pose, we are going to curl the toes under, and we're going to find ourselves in our first downward facing dog. Down dog kind of looks like an upside down V. Spread your fingers out. Straighten your legs as much as you can. And if your heels don't touch the ground, that's okay. Kind of feels like the tag of your pants is sticking straight up to the ceiling. On your next inhale, reach the right leg up and aim to step your foot on the outside of that right hand. And we're going to continue to wake up this spine with some thread the needles. Inhale, take your right arm up in the air, and exhale, reach it underneath your left arm. Follow your breath. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, thread it through. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, thread it through. And now let's do our best to straighten that front leg. Allow that back heel to drop down. And we're taking it to a nice, easy pyramid stretch here. You'll feel the stretch. It kind of runs all the way up the back of your leg. Okay? If you have to adjust that back leg forward a little bit to get a bigger stretch, go for it. Let's meet back in down dog, and we're going to have to do that thread the needle to the other side. So inhale the left leg high, aim to step your foot on the outside of that left hand, Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach the arm up. And then exhale, thread it through. Do that about 3 more times. Again, take your time. Go slow. Follow your own breath. Now place that hand back on the floor. Straighten that front leg as best you can. And let's get that pyramid stretch on the other side. Now remember that back foot, if you need to hop it forward a little bit, go ahead and do that. If it helps you out, do it. And let's reset ourselves back in that downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look at your hands, walk, step, or jump your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten your spine. Exhale, hug those knees into your chest. Inhale, reach for the sky, standing up nice and tall. And as we exhale, we're going to fold our bodies in half again. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten that spine. Hug the knees into the chest. Now go ahead and take a deep breath, reaching up to mountain pose. Exhale, fold the body in half. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten that spine. And exhale, fold the body in half. Now this time we're going to reach up for the sky and we're going to rotate our bodies. Inhale up and exhale, rotate to the other side. Now keep in mind, I am starting to speed up just a little bit because we do want to get our muscles nice and warm. Inhale up and then exhale, rotate. We're going to do one more on the other side. Inhale, reach for the sky. And then exhale, let's find ourselves in our first yoga chair. Yoga chair is basically just a squat. We want to have the weight back into our heels and sit down into those legs. Exhale, fold the body in half. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten that spine. And then we're going to place the hands on the floor enough so that we can step back into a high plank. Tummy is pulled in, back is nice and straight. Feel free to take it down to your knees if you need to. Take a deep breath here. Come onto the tips of your toes. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower it down through chaturanga. All the way to the floor, perfectly fine. On your next inhale, lead with your heart. Rise into upward facing dog. Keep that neck nice and long. Curl the toes under. And then once again, we take into our down dog. So this is going to be our sun salutation. It's going to repeat, might get a little bit faster. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Here we go. From mountain pose, bring the hands to heart center and have a seat in that yoga chair, maybe taking it down just a wee bit lower. Think about your posture. Chest up, shoulders back, deep breath here. And then exhale, fold that body in half. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten that spine. Hug the knees into your chest, hands on the floor, step back. Plank. So first you're up here. Exhale, you take it down here. Lead with your heart, upward facing dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Soften the knees, look at your hands, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway lift, my friends. Exhale, fold your body in half. Reach for the ceiling. Once again, hands at heart center, right into your chair. So it just repeats one after the next. This is how we're really going to build the heat. Fold your body in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the floor, step back, plank high. And exhale down low. Lead with your heart. Rise into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Look at the hands. Walk, step, or jump. Halfway lift. Hug the knees into the chest. Big reach for the ceiling. And then exhale right into your yoga chair. Fold the body in half. Halfway lift. Step, jump, or hop back into plank. From high to low, lead with your heart. Upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog. This down dog should feel a whole lot better than that first down dog that we did at the beginning of our practice. Definitely joints feeling nice and loosey-goosey by now. Just know that you can always substitute a child's pose for a downward facing dog. Now, my friends, we're going to do some push-ups next. I know everybody loves to hate push-ups. Respect your wrists. Do what you can. If you want to hold on to your dumbbells like handles, it kind of puts your wrists in a more ergonomic position so it doesn't feel like it's getting mashed. Totally up to you. But we're going to start off doing push-ups on our knees. And guess what? Those are push-ups as well. So right here, right now, 10 push-ups. Take your time. Follow your breath. Inhale, bring your heart down. Exhale, push that floor away from you. Knees or toes, it doesn't matter. We've got 10, and you know what? If you need to shave a number off of that, that's totally fine with me as well. And after your 10th push-up, take it back into child's pose or downward facing dog. Just when you thought you've had enough push-ups, we've got some more. But you know what? We're going to add on. We're going to add a side plank to that push-up. Inhale, bring your heart down. Exhale, push the floor away from you, and then rotate to one side, lifting up onto your knee, or you can take it to a full side plank by being on your feet. Again, it doesn't matter which version you choose. You know your body. You know what's challenging to you. Today, go with that. Our goal is to do 6 to 8 reps of these push-up to a side plank. And once you finish that last push-up to side plank, take it back into our downward facing dog. Down dog just keeps feeling better and better, doesn't it? Oh, so nice. All right, friends, look at your hands. Step, walk, or jump your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to need some hand weights, so grab those dumbbells that are in front of you, roll up with them, and we're going to open up our stance just a tad. Okay, feet are about hip width apart, the right underneath us, and we're going to sink down into a yoga chair. All right, now think small, very small chairs, like you're going 1 inch down and 1 inch up. We've got 3 of these tiny chairs, and then you're going to lift your right leg up and hold that balance. So think 3, 2, 1, tiny chairs, lift up, hold that balance. When you're ready, you're going to add an overhead press. 3, 2, 1, tiny chairs, and then lift those arms up overhead. Please know that at any time, you can ditch these hand weights, and you're still going to be working it. You decide. Make sure we're alternating which leg is lifting up. Let's do a couple more of these. 3, 2, 1, lift up. Now let's hold this side, draw those abs in, turn your knee out to the side. It looks like a traditional tree pose, okay? However, we're gonna add some upper body work. Go ahead and have your weights touching, my friends, and just take them back behind your head and then straight up to the ceiling. So our lower half is holding that balance, working that tree pose. Upper half, doing an overhead tricep extension. And yes, all of it is hard because not only are you concentrating on your balance, but you've added movement to the balance. So if you wiggle, if you wobble, that's okay. If you fall, guess what? You pick it up and you try again. Now lower that leg down. Let's meet back in that chair. Reset your body, reset your mind, because we got to do that tree pose tricep extension to the other side. So turn that knee out to the side. Weights are touching overhead. It always helps if you stare at something that's not moving, because when you focus your gaze on something that's still, it helps you to concentrate. Now, if you really are having trouble with your balance, you can put your toe down on the floor, but keep that heel lifted up. That's an option. It's always an option to do that. All right, a few more of these overhead tricep extensions. Again, just take your time. Follow your breath. Inhale down, exhale up. Now, let's go ahead and come back to a parallel stance. Keep the knees soft, hinge forward at the hip, and let's do a set of reverse flies to target the muscles in the back. Draw the abs in because yes, you're still using your core. Visualize a straight line from the top of your head down to your tailbone. Check out that mirror that's right next to me. I know not everybody has a mirror at their disposal, but you can still feel if you've released your shoulders, if you're hunching too much. Roll the shoulders back. And as you spread your wings to fly away, imagine you're trying to get your elbows to touch behind you. Newsflash, they're not going to, but that's kind of the goal that you're going for. And after that last one, we're going to fold our body in half. Leave the weights on the floor. Feels good to have the back nice and round here in this forward fold. Now we're going to go ahead and inhale, halfway lift. Straighten that spine. Exhale, fold the body in half. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach up for the sky. Bring the palms together and have a seat in that yoga chair. This is going to look familiar. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, hands on the floor. Step, jump, or walk back into your high plank. Exhale into chaturanga. And then rise up into upward facing dog. Curling the toes under, right into your down dog. Soften your knees, look at your hands, walk, step, or jump, halfway lift. Hug the knees into your chest, big reach for the ceiling. One more round of this sun salutation. From our chair pose, take a deep breath, fold the body in half. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, hands on the floor, step back, high plank to low. Right into your up dog, and then exhale into your downward facing dog. And just take a moment here and check into your body. Okay, friends, we're going to go into a warrior sculpt series. Okay, inhale that right leg up high, step it right in between your hands. And we're going to grab those dumbbells and you want to keep them close to your body. So you're going to shave the sides of your body and then extend your arms all the way up to the ceiling. I'm talking like as straight as you can get them. Now, this is a crescent warrior, which means that back heel is up off the ground. A little bit harder in the balance department, but we got this. All right, now the challenge is going to be keeping your arms really, really extended while we do some lunges. 8 of them. Bring that back knee down to the ground and then straighten both legs. So both knees have to bend here. Both legs are working together. And again, the hardest part of this is keeping the arms extended up to the ceiling. Now on that last one, we are going to hold the lunge. Imagine your knee is just hovering a few inches off of your yoga mat. Stay strong, friends. Bring the weights to heart center. Drop that back heel down and extend the arms out to the letter T. This is your warrior 2. Now let me just turn sideways here so you can kind of see my profile. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Bring the arms down to your hips and let's do a set of biceps curls here. About 10 to 12, depending on the weight that you have in your hands. Again, just follow your breath. Inhale down, and then exhale, pull them right up. Keep those elbows tucked in. And then from there, we're immediately going to go into some lateral raises. Okay? Think the letter T. Again, 8 to 10 or 12 if you've got lighter weights. Up to you how many you want to do. Those shoulders should definitely be feeling something. Make sure that we're still maintaining that warrior stance. After that last one, go ahead and straighten your legs just a little bit and pivot that back foot. So now you're in a very, very wide goddess stance. Heels are in towards the center. Toes and knees are turned out. I call these down ups because, well, you'll see why. We're going to take the weights all the way down to the floor. Back to our shoulders, press them up to the ceiling. Now the whole time you are using your entire body. Let's go for 10 of these. Bend your knees, touch the floor, and then press all the way up. If you look at that side reflection in my mirror, you're going to see that I hinge at the hip, but I'm also taking a really deep squat in the leg. So again, it's a total body move, my friends. After that last one, let's reset back to the goddess. I'm just going to rotate my body so I'm back on my yoga mat. Now this one's a little tricky. Your visual is drawing a rainbow up over your head. So take it to that front foot, then the back foot, and then draw a big rainbow over your head. We want about 8 to 10 reps of this gigantic total body move. If you gotta say it in your head, say it in your head. Front foot, back foot, rainbow overhead. Dig into those legs. Again, it's a total body exercise. If you're doing nothing but taking a bow and the legs aren't doing anything, your back is not going to like you tomorrow. And after that last one, rotate to face the front. We're right back into our crescent warrior. Bring the weights in to your heart, down to the floor. And let's throw in a quick flow in between sides. High to low, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. And you know we're gonna have to do the other side because that's how these things go. If you need a longer break, you take one. If you need to hit pause, you hit pause. But you gotta do the left or else you're gonna be walking funny. So left leg goes up high, step it right in between your hands. Leave that back heel up because that's what makes it a crescent warrior. Reach for those dumbbells, extend the arms high to the sky, and let's throw in our 8 lunges. Bringing the knee down to the floor, and then exhaling as you straighten up. Here we go. And on that last one, we're gonna hold it. Your knee is literally gonna hover a few inches off the ground. Keep extending the arms up. I know your arms are getting tired. You can do this. You can do this. One more deep breath. And then bring the weights to your heart. Drop that back heel down. Extend the arms out into your warrior 2. Okay, I'm going to turn myself sideways here in a second. So you can see front knee is bent. Back leg is straight. We got 8, 10, 12 biceps curls. You decide. Ideally, the same number that you did on the first side. And that's immediately going to take us into our lateral raise. Think the letter T. 8 to 10 reps. Right about now, your upper body is definitely feeling this. Every once in a while, check into the lower body. Make sure that you are still rocking that warrior 2 lunge. All right, friends, bring those weights to your heart. Pivot that back foot around from our goddess squat. We're going to skim over our down ups, okay? And then we're going to take it into those deep, I call them ninja lunges. You can call them lateral lunges. The point is we want to use the lower body and the upper body. Think front foot, back foot, and then draw a big rainbow up above your head. Front foot, back foot, giant rainbow above your head. 8 to 10 reps. If you need to put the dumbbells down, you put them down. But guess what? You can still do the motions without any weights in your hands. And rotate to face the front. Back into our crescent warrior lunge. Take a deep breath. And then bring the weights down to the floor. Step back into your plank. Throw in your flow, high to low. Inhale, rise, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, give your body a moment to reset here. If you need water, if you need to grab a towel, do it now. And let's get ready to do some more core work. Taking it down to our hands and our knees, just know that if you have a really thin yoga mat, you might need some extra padding underneath your knees, an extra towel, a blanket, whatever you got. We're going to stack the joints so your shoulders are right on top of your wrists and your hips are right on top of your knees. Draw the abs in. Create a nice flat spine. Okay, so if I was to put a drink on my back, hopefully it would stay there because that's how flat my back is. Think opposite arm, opposite leg. So if it's your right leg back, it's your left hand that's going to extend out in front of you. You've created this beautiful straight line. And once you've gotten your bearings there, take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we're going to make that straight line turn into a diagonal line, opening the arm out and the leg out at the same time. 10 of these, and you're going to feel the imbalance here. And you know what? That's okay. You kind of want to feel the imbalance. That means your core is working to keep you from falling on your face. Now, I'm trying to show what your hip and shoulder joint looks like. It's a ball and socket joint, which means that your limbs can move independently inside that joint. So your body is staying put, but your arm and your leg are the only things moving out to the side and then coming back to the center. Now we're going to hold that diagonal line and touch the floor and come right back up. This one is a hard one, so give yourself some grace. You're feeling this pull, a diagonal pull across your midsection. You're feeling your back working, your arms working, your glutes. It's a good one, my friends. We're going to reset. And yeah, we get to do it to the other side. As you can see, I'm happy about it. All right, so we're taking it back to all fours. Realign those joints. So if it's the left leg going back, it's going to be the right arm that's going to extend. Create that straight, long line first. And then take your time, take a deep breath. Inhale. As you exhale, open out to a diagonal. 10 reps. I had something pop up, so I had to close that window. When we're back. Just follow your breath. And on that very last one, we are going to hold that diagonal line. Keep everything lifted. Touch the floor. Come back up. 10 of these. It doesn't look hard, doesn't it? But trust, this one you kind of feel all over. And on that last one, return to that straight line. That window popped up again. Sorry, y'all. Oh, technology. All right, so hang out in child's pose. Reset your mind, reset your body. And we're going to take it to some more core work, but this time we're going to flip the legs around. And if you have that thin mat I was talking about, I actually did have a thin mat today, so I'm going to fold my mat in half a couple times. Basically, I'm just trying to create some padding underneath my tush because I've got a bony tush. Now, weights are optional here. I'm going to start without the weights. Grab underneath your thighs and rock back until you can find a little balance here. It's a balancing boat, or sometimes referred to as a V-sit, because instead of a U, you want to look like a V. Lift that chest, straighten that spine, and when you're ready, let go of your legs. We're just holding strong, holding steady. At any time, if you got to grab underneath your legs again, go for it. You could even extend your legs out, make it a little harder. Totally up to you. We're going to fold our bodies in half, and we're going to do that 2 more times. But this second time, I'm going to give you another option here. Once you find your balancing boat, if you would like, you may grab your hand weights and add a Russian twist. 10 of these. So you're leaning back, you're rotating from one side to the other, and it's not just your arms moving side to side. You actually want your whole midsection to move. Think about looking at the floor behind you. If 2 weights are too much, ditch one of the weights, just use one. And if you don't want to do this option, guess what? You don't have to. All right, weights down, extend the legs. Inhale, reach up for the sky, fold your body in half. And I said we were doing it 3 times, so here we go, number 3. So I gave you 2 options here. You can have the weights in your hands and add that Russian twist, or you can just go back to a static hold. It's up to you, my friends. Just keep checking in on your posture. Heart is lifted, spine is straight. Eyes look straight ahead, or you can look up. And we're going to flip it around now. Or actually, I'm going to flip it around. You guys can stay wherever you need to. But we're taking it onto our backs. Okay, and we're going to finish off with some inversions here. Measure about a hand's length between your heels and your tush, and then lift the tush up. Tummy pulled in, hips lifting up as far as they can go, feet about hip width apart, the knees, the shins, the thighs, everything is parallel. And if anyone wants to, you can gather hands together underneath your tush, and you can roll your shoulders in, and it's going to kind of give you a higher bridge. Now, once you got the pose down, no need to look at me. I don't want you to hurt your neck. Just kind of keep looking up at the sky. And we're just holding it. We're holding the pose, but we're not holding our breath. Definitely going to feel this in the back side, my friends. Couple more deep breaths. And on that last exhale, release your hands. Lower those hips down. Bring the knees into your chest. Allow the back of your legs to have a little relief here. And you can even rock side to side. Feels good for the muscles around your spine. Go ahead and open your arms out to the letter T. And we're going to take both of our legs and let them fall all the way to the floor into a nice reclining twist. Shoulder blades want to stay flat on the floor. You can even look your head away from your legs. This is not ab work. This is a reclining twist. It should be a relaxing move. Go ahead and take your knees over to the other side. Now, if you want to extend your legs out long or adjust the angle of your body, basically you adjust whatever you need to make this stretch feel good. And one more inhale. As you exhale, bring those knees back to the center. Grab underneath your thighs. We're going to rock and roll up to a seated position. And it's basically the same seated position that we started class in. Now, this time we're going to cup our knees and finish with one last flow. As we inhale, we're going to push the heart out. Eyes look up at the sky. Exhale, round your back and look at your belly button. 2 more times, my friends. Inhale. Push the chest out, sway the back, and then exhale, round the spine. One more time, nice and big. Shine that heart out. Share some love into the world. And then draw it in. And then finding neutral spine. That's somewhere in between. Last inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Bring the palms together and place them in prayer position right in front of our hearts. The light in me honors the light in you. Last deep breath, inhale. Big smile, exhale. And namaste, my friends. Have a great rest of your day or your night, whatever time you're doing this, okay? And just keep on carving out a little bit of time for you, for your health, for your wellness, for your sanity each and every day. I'll see you guys next time.